And welcome back tonight in Meet the Midterm, something a little different. How could midterm politics play into the confirmation of the next Supreme Court justice? So we've been talking about this. Look, here's the balance of power in the Senate. The Republicans, Trump, he's got to get the nominee through the Senate. The good news for Republicans is they got 51 votes. We said there's no more filibuster, so 51 votes would do it. Keep in mind, however, John McCain has been sidelined recently. We don't know his status. That could functionally mean Republicans are at 50 votes, and 50 puts him right there with basically no margin for error on this. On the flip side, the question for Democrats has been, hey, if you want to try to beat this nomination, can you hold everybody together and pick off some Republicans? So first, let's look at this from the Democrat standpoint. If they want to pick off this nominee, beat it somehow, here's what they need. They got their 49. They want to hold those together, and then what? Where could they look? They got to pick off Republicans somewhere. Where could they look? Dean Heller running for re-election in Nevada. Nevada, a state that Hillary Clinton carried, a Clinton state Republican running for re-election. Could Democrats raise the political temperature enough in that state to make Heller think it's in his political interest to vote with them and against this nominee? That's a tough road to hoe, but that's something to think about. How about Corker and Flake? These are two senators who have certainly had their differences with Donald Trump, who are not running for re-election, who do not have to face the voters, do not have to face Republican primary voters. Maybe there's some burst of independence there on their part, and they feel, it's time to make some kind of a statement. How about Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski? They're not up for re-election. They are pro-choice. We talked about that issue of abortion, Roe versus Wade, how that factors in critically to this nomination potentially. Would one of them say on the basis of that issue, or maybe something else? They've had their differences as well with their party and the conservative base before. Maybe one of them. And then McCain. You remember last year, McCain, that thumbs down on health care. Maybe he could emerge somehow. Keep in mind, though, all of these Republicans were yes votes on Neil Gorsuch last year, so none of them broke there. And quickly, the other thing to keep in mind, Democrats can try to pick off Republicans. They got to worry about their own. Joe Manchin running for re-election in a state Donald Trump won by 42 points. Heidi Heitkamp in a state Trump won by 36. Joe Donnelly in a state Trump carried by 20. They'll be weeks away from facing the voters, maybe days away. Do they want to break with the Trump administration, side with Democrats, and blockade a nominee of this administration? That would be a tough vote to sell in those states. So Democrats, that's the math. That's the mathematical reality if they want to try to beat this nominee. Of course, we will see who the president actually does nominate and how the fight develops then.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Beat the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.